All right, let's dive into something fascinating today. We're going to break down Tesla's huge plan for robotaxis, but we're going to do it using a 2,500-year-old book on military strategy. Yeah, I know it sounds a little out there, but what if the secret to winning a war for our future roads was written down ages ago? Let's get into it.
Okay, so Section 1, Tesla's unexpected target. You know, in any battle, you have to know who you're really up against. And when it comes to self-driving cars, the obvious enemy, well, it might just be a smokescreen.
And this really is the whole ballgame. The entire strategy comes down to answering this one single question. In this huge war for the future of robotaxis, who is Tesla actually aiming for?
Now, most people, and you see this online all the time, think it's a straight-up fight between Tesla and Waymo. I mean, it makes sense, right? You look at the tech and you see Waymo's already fully driverless while Tesla is still in that supervised phase with a safety driver. On paper, it kind of looks like they're not even in the same league yet.
But here's the twist. What if Tesla isn't even trying to play that game? What if the goal isn't to be Waymo feature for feature right now? The real strategic objective might be to take down the current king of the entire ride-sharing world, Uber. And this, my friends, is where the strategy gets really, really smart.
So to really get what they're doing, we gotta go back in time, like way back. We're talking about Sun Tzu's The Art of War, a classic that lays out a principle that just perfectly explains Tesla's entire playbook.
Sun Tzu wrote this line, "This is called winning against the enemy and becoming stronger." It sounds so simple, right? But the idea behind it is brilliant. It's not just about winning the battle. It's about what you gain from that victory.
So the core concept is this: win the enemy and become stronger. The absolute best generals don't just crush their opponents. No, they absorb them. They capture the enemy's chariots, slap their own flag on them, and roll them right into their own army. They treat prisoners well and convince them to fight for their side. So with every single victory, you get stronger while your opponent gets weaker. Just keep that idea in your back pocket.
So how does a modern car company use this ancient wisdom? Well, the first move isn't some quiet, slow rollout. Nope, it's a massive global event designed to be a major turning point in this whole story.
And the stage for this big show? The 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted right here in North America. Now, this isn't just a clever marketing stunt. You have to see it as a hard, strategic deadline. The mission is to have a huge functioning network up and running by the time the entire planet is watching.
See, the World Cup is meant to set off this incredible chain reaction. First, you give millions of visitors from all over the world a direct, positive, real-life experience with the technology. That's huge, because a good first-hand experience is the best way to get over that fear of the unknown. Then, when all those people go back home, they become unofficial ambassadors for the tech, which starts to put pressure on their own local governments to ease up on regulations. It's one single, brilliant move designed to tackle both the psychological barrier and the regulatory one on a global scale.
Now, while the whole world is watching this massive public demonstration, there's a second strategy playing out in the background, and this one is aimed right at the heart of Uber's greatest asset, its drivers.
I mean, think about it. If you want to build a giant transportation network really, really fast, you need cars, lots of them. And in this initial supervised phase, you need operators. So where do you find a ready-made army of experienced drivers?
And that's a real challenge because so far, not enough regular Tesla owners have jumped on the full self-driving bandwagon to build a massive fleet overnight. Sure, the hardcore fans will join in, but to get the kind of scale we're talking about, you need a group of people with a much, much stronger reason to participate.
And this brings us right back to Sun Tzu. Who's the perfect target? It's the Uber drivers. I mean, they're already pros at this whole ride-sharing thing. They're highly motivated to make money with their cars, and here's the key. They are the literal army that powers the competition. By getting them to switch sides, Tesla doesn't just build its own fleet, it weakens Uber's at the exact same time. It's that absorb the enemy strategy in action.
And for an Uber driver, the offer is going to be incredibly tempting. Right now, they trade their time for money. It's active labor. But in Tesla's supervised robotaxi phase, that role changes to being a safety attendant. But that's not even the endgame. The real prize is becoming a fleet owner, where your car's out there making passive income for you on the Tesla network. You go from working for a company to partnering with a network. That is a game-changing reason to make the switch.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. How do these two massive strategies, the big World Cup spectacle and the plan to win over the drivers, combine into one final checkmate move?
So here's how the whole thing is designed to unfold. Step 1. That massive, unmissable demonstration at the World Cup. That creates a tidal wave of good press and positive experiences, which in turn speeds up regulatory approvals all over the world. At the very same time, that powerful financial incentive starts pulling Uber drivers over to become Tesla fleet owners. And this is what allows the network to grow at an absolutely explosive rate right as the doors to markets around the globe are swinging open.
So what are the big takeaways here? If you remember anything, remember these 3 things. First, that 2026 World Cup, it's not a marketing campaign. It's a strategic battering ram designed to knock down global barriers. Second, Uber drivers aren't just a temporary fix. They're seen as the core partners in the entire future fleet. And finally, the whole strategy gets that psychology comes first. You change people's minds with direct experience, and the laws and regulations will eventually catch up.
And that really leaves us with one last big question to chew on. We are watching a war for the future of how we all get around, and it's being fought with bleeding-edge AI and robotics. But what if the winning playbook isn't new at all? What if it was written down on bamboo scrolls more than 2,000 years ago? Can that ancient wisdom really outplay modern technology and competition? It's a pretty wild thought, isn't it?